Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of My Little Blacksmith Shop. And on tonight's episode, we are going to be introducing you guys to this game. For those of you who have never seen it before, it is still a game that is in development, and you are in a fictional land where adventurers spawn right before you. You see them over here at this main gate. They will spawn, and they will go off into either one of three directions. To the portal that is out there into that distance, the portal that is out there into that distance, or they will stop by and get something at your shop. Now, you'll see some of these adventurers already have weapons on them. Other ones do not, and those are the ones that would stop at your store over here, your blacksmith shop, and buy something from you. But you have to make that equipment first, and you have to use certain materials to make the armor. You will see that I already have a little bit going here. I've bought quite a bit different materials. I've made different weapons. So we're going to go ahead and turn our shop on, or open it up so that they know. And as soon as somebody spawns, you'll see them come making a beeline straight for us, and we'll get things rolling there. I'm going to kind of introduce you to the things very slowly because, like I said, I have been playing for a little bit of time, so I know what everything is and how to make it. We'll go ahead and erase the board. This is the customers that have come today. Half the day is already over with, so there may not be too many more customers to go, but we have upgraded to iron. Now, when you first start off, you start off with the least expensive element that you can possibly get. And if you come over here, you can buy your ingredients. You have your ingots, you have grips, and you have your guards. Not all weapons need guards, but a few of them do. So you'll see you start off with copper. They only cost 10 gold a piece. Then you move up to 10, which is 500 gold a piece, and then you move up to where we're at right now, which is iron at 10,000 gold a piece, and eventually we'll get up to this one, which is 100,000, but that's going to be a little bit. They even have mithril in there and some of the other ones, so let's see what she wants. She wants a great hammer, and she's in a hurry, so we do have a 10 great hammer sitting right here. We'll go ahead and give it to her. She'll pay us. There is a clock above her head. She's going to give us 1918 for that, and we'll come out here and make another great hammer. Now, you do have to specify if you want it to be a blunt weapon that you're making or a sword that you're making. So we'll go ahead and hammer this out. I do know the recipes by heart now, so it's 3 ingots to make a great hammer. You have to throw it out there in the water, and you can hear that kind of come up and steam. It's actually pretty cool. And then you're going to need a two-handed grip right there. So there's our two-handed grip. It does look like we're pretty low on two-handed grips, so I'm going to come out here and I'm going to order us a few of those. Let's go to the back button. We'll go to grips, and we'll order some fancy two-handed grips. We'll go with 10 of those. It's going to cost us 140. Let's bring these in here. He is here to pick up the one-handed hammer, which we happen to already have here, so we'll go ahead and give that to our little customer. We'll put up our crate right here, and we'll break it open. And you'll see they go all over the place, so you kind of want to do that where you're going to keep them, and then you're going to have to pick them up and start placing them where they're going to go. Now, you can put these wherever you want, and in fact, when you first come into the shop, it is absolutely empty. So the places and the positions that I have all my stuff has just been guided by where did I put it the very first time? Did it do well there? How often do I use them? That kind of thing. But it is by no means the only place you can put it. And you can kind of see these items do fling from time to time. So we'll put these over here for now. We'll find the other one real quick. We'll see. There is another person coming in. So we do need to make another one-hander, but we'll do that in a second. So he wants a pole arm. We do have one pole arm. It does not have anything good on it, so we do need to upgrade the pole arms. So let's come out here and we'll make a pole arm. We're going to go ahead and make a... there's 2 different types, 2 variants. You can make a dagger pole arm, or you can make a hammer pole arm. The hammer uses 2 ingots rather than the dagger that only uses 1. So that one is cheaper, but it doesn't look as nice. I kind of like this one. You can keep clicking on it, and you can see that it changes the way the hammerhead actually appears. So we're going to go with this one right here. I do like that hammerhead for my pole arms. And then we have to come out here and get a pole arm actual stick. Now, these are the fancy grips. And, yeah, they're just really, really big, so I keep them outside so they don't get in the way. And you can see it does kind of run around. So we're going to put our pole arms over here. I like how that looks. They kind of out of the way. Now, you do have these shelves over here. He wants a dagger. Let's see. We do have a 10 short dagger, so let's go ahead and give you that one. Now, if you use the shelves, it does kind of get in the way, and I will show you guys what that appears like when we finally get to that point. Let's go ahead and redo some of our lost items. Now, that is one dagger you can use. You can use that one. There's this variance, which is really, really small, and then it kind of goes back to the norm, so you just go around in circles. And I hope when you get to a higher level, there's a little bit more variance in those, but again, it is a game that's in development, and I like what they got so far. Like, it's not lacking in different things, and each time you upgrade to a new type of armor, you'll see, like, this is the old copper armor, and then you got the tin armor, so they're a little bit more shiny. Of course, they're sitting in the sun. You have these over here that are tin, and you can tell the difference between the old ones, the cold copper, and he wants a great hammer. So we got one great hammer. Let's go ahead and give him that. All right, he's going to take that. He's going to give us 38,000 for that great hammer. So we need to order some more tin if we want to keep making these items. We'll go with 4, because that's all we can afford. But we only use 3 on that one item. So, yeah, we're making a profit. We're making a profit. It's just, it takes a little bit of time. Let's see. Any more people coming in? Does not appear like they're coming down the road yet. So we'll wait for these to heat up. There we go. We got heated ones. And we'll go ahead and start making another great hammer here. Go ahead and make sure we have the blunt weapon on. There is a little bit more to this game. You can go off and you can mine rocks. Definitely wouldn't want to do that during the day. There is only one variance for the great hammer. I wish there was more, but yeah, only one variance for that. We'll get a two-handed grip, and we'll put that down below, right there. And he is here to pick up the one-handed hammer, I should say. There you go. So, we got another level. Let's go ahead and look at what we have. I'm going to go into Charisma because it does make a difference. It seems like the money is definitely the way to go in this game, and we need as much of it as possible. What did we just give him? We gave him one. We gave him a 10 hammer, and he only gives me 1,200? A 10 hammer. Oh, okay, I see. That was 10 and not iron. So I cannot get another iron just yet. I am a little low. I used all the iron to make the hammer. I forgot about that. We were kind of holding on to it and making the items as they come in. We'll see what he wants. We do have some other copper hammers in the pinch that we can sell him. Give me a one-handed sword now. Well, okay, we got 10. So we'll go ahead and sell him the 10 one. There is a lot of variances to the swords, actually. Okay, so that is going to give us a little bit less, 1,293, which is still a good amount. You can kind of see it's getting a little dark out here. And as it gets too dark, fewer and fewer adventurers will spawn into the point where it says you're tired, and you should probably go in and have some rest for the next day. There's a little village out here. That house right there is, I believe, going to be for sale at some point. You might be able to upgrade into that one as a bigger blacksmith shop. But right now, there's not much you can do with it. In fact, let's kind of go off and take a look at our surroundings while they're doing that. You'll also see out there in the distance, there is a giant rock creature. Oh, you can kind of see him over there back behind my house. Right over there. There's nothing you can do with that guy just yet, but he is out there. But yeah, this house right here, I kind of taken the storyline onto my own and just imagine that this used to be my house and it burned down, and that's why there's nothing in it. But there is this little thing right here. It's a crystal, and when you pick it up, it says it's unknown. At least this one is unknown. There we go, dark crystal. Oh. What in the world was that? I have no idea. That's the first time I've ever seen that. That was, it was interesting. There is a crystal that you can take with you that is protection. So what we might do is try picking that one up and bringing it back over here and running into that guy again and seeing if that makes a difference. But yeah, I don't know what the storyline is. Just kind of figuring out as we go. Let's go back inside. You do get to name your shop whatever you want. You can kind of click on it and set it up. You can even set up the size and the coloring for it. So now that the day is over, we have to look at our grand total of 8,368 is what we have to play around with. We have a decent amount of of items. Like you can see our hilts are over here. We got tons of them in here. We got the guards. There's 3 different types of guards that you can pick from. None of them really will sell more than the others. It's all about aesthetics. I have a few grips up here that already have guards on them. So when I'm making a one-handed sword like this one, it does take a grip and a guard to be on there. However, if you're going to make a one-handed dagger, it just takes a one-handed grip and the dagger weapon by itself. So it doesn't actually require anything special on that one. If you're going to make a two-handed sword, the big great swords, that is going to require a two-handed grip and a two-handed guard on that. Whereas the two-handed hammers only require the two-handed grip and just the hammer part on the top. So again, some of these are easier and cheaper to make. The more pieces you put into it, the more money you will eventually get out of it. And it does look like nobody else is coming. So let's go ahead and click on the door. And we will close it if it will let me. Actually, it's not letting me close the door for some reason. Huh. Maybe it's because I'm scared? Maybe that dude frightened me? Well, we'll leave it open, and hopefully I do not get robbed. There is what I've made for today. The Iron Grate Hammer is the big money maker. I did sell a copper one for 25. You can see as you've gone up from copper to 10, from 10 to iron, the prices are dramatic. So if you can just sell a few items for the iron, you're going to be definitely happy about the results. Now, there is wood out here, and there is, if you go into the free play, there is a way that you can smelt ores from the rocks using the different types of wood. Just not in the game yet, or at least I haven't found it, but it's out there somewhere. And you'll see out here in crates, I have put some extra grips just for security reasons. Now, I can pick up this entire crate and move it around with me. It did look like a grip went flying out somewhere. There it is right over there. So you might have to be careful with that if you pick it up. But it's an easy way for you to get a shipment in, kind of break it over the crate, put everything inside, and then move the big crate into the inside over here and kind of mess around with it. But let's go ahead and go to bed. And we are on day 22. Now, the door is already open, and we have our shop set to open as well. So as soon as they start appearing, and it does open up the day for you a few hours before any of the NPCs come, I guess just to try to make some stuff before it gets here. To be honest, I think that is the best way. There's a first customer of the day. I think that's the best way, is to already have a few items made. You do not get more money for making it fresh. It's not a pie. It's not pastry. It's not something that people really want fresh. They just want the item. So you get paid more by giving it to them faster. So having a nice amount of stock for every weapon is definitely going to help you. Give me a one-handed hammer now. All right, we'll give you a one-handed hammer. It is a crappy hammer, but it is all I can do for you until I can get rid of that iron right there, and maybe this iron one over here. That would be really, really nice. Those things sell for a decent amount of money. So I have 3 iron weapons, 3 of them right there. I have 1 extra iron sitting on the forge over here, and as soon as I have 10,000, I could go ahead and order another one. So I could sell off a few of the 10 ones, which do make me a decent amount of money. Let's actually go ahead and reset our day so we can keep track of that. And I do apologize if it's kind of jerky for me moving around. I think this would be really, really cool in the VR. It kind of has that presence to it. I don't know if it works in VR, but if it does, I'm definitely going to try that out. I'm here to pick up that dagger. Yes, please. We do have a iron dagger here. There you go, my friend. Have a good day. 12,799. That means 10,000 for the actual iron itself, and I made the rest as profit. So we're going to go ahead and grab 2 of those. Now, we do need to make another dagger, and we also need to make a hammer. So this is going to give us exactly what we need. So while those are cooking up, I am going to go ahead and make a dagger to replace the one that we already had. We'll throw that in there. We'll go with the common one for now. And we need a hand grip. That's right, hand grip. There we go. So there's our replacement dagger. That's just asking to stab somebody right there. Alright, what do you want, my friend? Give me a great hammer now. Very, very much. There's your great hammer. It's the best one I can make. Hope you're rich. 38,420. Okay, so we're going to have to order a few more of these. This is what happens when you're upgrading from one type of metal to the next, is there's a lot of ordering and remaking because you just don't have the money otherwise to have that many on stock. But we're getting there, we're getting there. So we're going to go ahead and make a one-handed hammer. It's going to take 2 of these. And I'm going to go with this type of hammer. I like to do those on the one-handed hammers and the different type on the pole arms, just because it kind of helps me keep track of what I'm making and I don't forget. So let's see, what are you going to use? He's going to want like a two-handed hammer, isn't he? He needs a pole arm. Yes, you are very, very much welcome. 25,000. So let's go ahead and get these on there. We're going to go ahead and make the big hammer. And then we have to make a pole arm as well. Now, if you go, as I said before, with the pole arm that has a dagger on it, you'll still get a lot of money out of that. You just won't get as much. The more ingredients you put into it, the more you get. So it's all about how long do you want to wait for a customer to come in, and how much money do you want to invest into that until they do. So we can buy 3 of these. Let's do that. We've got 3, and that gives us 1 extra metal to work with than we had before, because we only had 2 invested in that pole arm. And if he asks for a pole arm, that might be a little hard to do. Yeah, if he wants a pole arm. All right, we'll go with a double pole arm, and he wanted it now, which means he's not going to wait very long. So this could be bad. Either way, it's not like we lose the item. And I am very, very picky about what type I give to these guys, so that's just a little bit more wasted time. And I got my pole arms outside, which is not maybe the best situation, but for me, it works rather well. There you go. Alright, how much you paying me? 24,000 for that pole arm. Let's go ahead and get a couple more of those. Got 2 more, so we can at least replace it. And we're close. We're close to another bar. It's ever closer, inching there. Let's get you there. We're going to go ahead and use one of you to make another pole arm. We do got a customer on the way. Heat it. All right. Oh, no. We want that in there. Thankfully, you can't start a fire yet. That might be something the programmer is thinking about putting in. I do wish the bins was a thing. Like, you could put some of these items in a bin, and when the NPC came in, he could, you know, kind of help himself, maybe be able to grab those items. He needs a one-handed sword. All right. Well, we still only have 10 for swords, but that could be something we're changing here in a minute. There you go. Let's get you back on the heat. We're going to need to buy some more pole arms in just a little bit. We only got 2 left beyond this 3rd one. Let's get you in there all the way, just like I like to have you. All right. So, 11,000. All right, so we can do it. We can get 1 more. And then we can come in here and put this here. Get both of those cooking up, and that will give us the ability to make one of these in the new material. And we should have 1 of every item except for these guys. This is going to be 3 materials to be able to do that when we got a new guy coming in. So let's go ahead and start working on that. We'll get that at least up there on the anvil. I need a great hammer, and he's in a hurry. So there you go, my friend. Give me my money. 38,000. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so blades. Going with a rather large blade here, but not the biggest. And there is a lot of variances on this blade. Lots and lots of variances. I kind of like this one. It takes a little while to get to it, but it looks really, really cool. And I have not seen it for this type yet, so this is going to be the first time we are making this item. There we go. We have a one-handed. We have a version 2 handguard on that one, which seems to be the common of what we got going on. So there's the difference. This one is cool tin, and this one is cool iron. We need to put these away before they accidentally... This is where you have to combine everything. Out here on this table. So if you have anything on the table when you throw it up here that can be attached to it, whether it was what you meant to make or not, it will attach it, and you will have to kind of take it apart. So he wants a dagger. Let's go ahead and give him a dagger. How much are you going to give me? 1,200, or 12,000, I should say. All right. So we still need to make another hammer. Yes, we do. Let's go with 5. So that's going to be 3 for the hammer, 1 for the dagger, and that leaves us 1 ahead from where we started, just from today's profits alone. Getting there, guys, getting there. And as I said before, you probably want 3 of every item, and some items sell out a lot. The hammers seem to be the favorite. It doesn't seem like I can keep hammers in stock for any reason whatsoever. Other days, the big two-handed weapons, the massive ones that haven't sold at all today, those are the ones that everybody wants. There we go, and there's somebody over there wanting something. He wants a greatsword, so this is going to be our first sell for a greatsword here. There you go. Let's go ahead and pick up our hammer piece. We'll make a great hammer. We'll actually use one of these grips down here on the bottom. Put it down there, and we'll see, do we have enough to make a great sword? We do not have enough to make a great sword, but we could make a dagger, and we kind of need one, so let's go ahead and make a dagger there. And we'll save the rest of the materials. We really only need 1 more, but I don't think we're going to make enough out of that. Now, once you make it into a blade, I have not found a way to melt it down again. So be very, very cautious about that. When you finally decide what weapon to make, it is kind of stuck as that weapon, but you can change the grip and everything else on it. So he is here to pick up the dagger. It's a good thing we just made that for you. Nice and fresh off the assembly line. Not sure if you really like that, but it is there. So let's go ahead and make another one. Don't have to change it back because we did just make a dagger. Let's go ahead and get a little bit fancy with that one. Make it a dual blade. Once it goes in you, that's painful right there, guys. Okay, so fancy one-handed grip. We'll go over here. There you go. We got a new guy coming in. Good. We're running out of one-handed grip, so we're going to have to upgrade, or not upgrade, but buy a couple more of those. That is definitely not what I wanted to happen right there, so let's kind of pick those up and organize them a little bit better. I don't mind where they're kind of all stacked next to each other. It actually leaves me room to put more of them in there at some point. What do you want? What do you want? You want a one-handed hammer? I do happen to have a really good one-hander in stock. How do you like them? Huh? Okay, what did you give me? 25,000 for that. So 20,000 for the metals and the rest pure profit. All right, let's go with 4. Got 2 for the hammer and 2 extras. 2 extras. Not enough yet, though. Not enough. We still need a little bit more. I want to make one of these. At least one. We got another customer coming in. We don't have a hammer, so I gotta kind of get that on there. Just in case he orders it. We'll see. We'll put 2 up there in anticipation. Make me a dagger. Alright. Dagger it is. So we'll go ahead and do a sword, just so I can show you guys what that looks like. And because we sold that dagger, we should have enough to get at least that done. So there's not very much variation on these, just these 2 ones right here. I kind of like this one. Throws a little bit of that copper or gold, depending on how expensive you think these are actually worth. So we'll put that there. We'll grab one of these I've already made, the hand grip and the... go ahead and drop it down on the ground. It's kind of hard to position these sometimes, so just kind of have to learn what works and what doesn't. So we still need a hammer. Alright, what are you going to order, my friend? One-handed hammer. We don't have all the materials, so we're just going to go ahead and give you a copper cooled hammer, which is pretty worthless. 41, I think is what that one said right there. Yeah, 41. Not really worth our time. So we have 15,000. Let's go ahead and get one more. 15,000. This will give us a hammer at the very least. And all we'll be missing then is a dagger. But that's one material. One material. And we do have copper daggers in there. So the worst that might happen, sorry, I was repositioning. Worst that might happen is that they're not going to get the best weapon. But we'll still make a little bit of money. Alright, hammer. This game is just really peaceful. I've played this game for several hours now. I've been sick the last few days, so I haven't been able to play, and need a one-handed sword. Yes, we do have a one-handed sword, my friend. Let me know how that works out for you. Looks like you got pretty good armor on, too. Look at that. That's actually nice. Now, I would love to see them throw in variances, because when you have the weapons, when you're making stuff out of better materials, they just buy it. There's no question about it. They have the money. I would like to see them come in and actually ask for something very specific and say, you know, I just want 10. And if you don't have 10, then I'm not going to buy it from you. And that way you'd have to keep a little bit of everything on stock. And you'd also have like the big payday customer that came in every so often and be like, hey, do you got anything made out of platinum? And you'd be like, wow, that's really far into my future. But it's cool to see that if I had made something like that, or maybe if I have the big bucks to be able to plop that down, I could make a little bit of money off of that. He needs a polearm. Well, we do have a polearm for you. There you go. And it looks like that might be the last customer of the day. It's kind of dark outside. I don't see anybody else spawning. Yeah, so that is going to be the last customer of the day. Let's see if the door works now. No, this door's still not working. Must be stuck or something. There we go. Okay, so shop is closed. Let's see. So we're going to have to buy some more one-handed grips. Throw them in there. Make a few more of those just for extra precaution. Let's see. We got 3 pieces here, and we're able to make 2 more, or get 2 more of them. We'll figure it all out here. So I need to make 1 more polearm. That could be the polearm right here, so let's go ahead and do that. Remember, you can do the dagger, and that's used to be what I would prefer to do with the polearms, because it was so cheap, just 1 metal to make a dagger, and then throw that on a polearm. When I realized how much more money I could be making, and the fact that people don't normally come in for polearms very often, and these sticks right here aren't super cheap. They're actually the most expensive out of all the handles. Of course, they're the biggest, which makes sense, but they do cost a little bit more. I believe it's like 12 per, which is, you know, nothing at the prices we're talking about with 10,000 for the ore itself. It does make a difference at early stages. So at early stages, I tended to go with the hammer more than the dagger, because when they finally came in, the price difference was significant enough that I didn't want to go back to the old way. So I do need another hammer right here, and I need another sword. I'm not going to be able to make both. So let's go with a... I guess let's go with a hammer. Now you can see in that scroll wheel, there's supposed to be some other ones, a shield and an axe. Those are not in the game yet. Now this game is free to play. You can donate as much or as little as you decide you want to from the site. And I will leave a link down below so you guys can find it. Of course, everything you donate helps them finish the game. So if you do like it, you know, maybe try it out for free, and then down the road go back and... Oh, that was stupid. I should have made the sword. Didn't realize that was a new one. Alright, well, mistakes have been made. We do need a dagger anyways. Yeah, we need a dagger. So let's go ahead and turn that one into a dagger. We'll buy a few items, and we'll end the day there by going to sleep, which starts the day anew. Of course, you can go off and look outside all you want. There is no downside to that. It's not like you get exhausted and just can't continue to work anymore. So I still have that copper one in there, and we got that. Could use a couple more of those and a few more of those. So let's go ahead and... Now, you can order tons of stuff all at the same time. I have found ordering one thing at a time and either breaking it over one of those crates or bringing it in all by itself is the best bet, especially if you're going to break it up here on the table, because if you buy these grips and some of those things up there, you will find that it makes them, actually puts them together, the hand grips and these guards, because they're on the fitting table. So gotta be a little cautious. It's actually not too big of a deal. Like, it's not very often you need to refill these things. Every 2 to 3 days now that I can buy, you know, pretty much as much as I want. And like I said before, I don't even really have to buy these because I got crates outside filled with them. I just kind of like to keep those there for emergency situations. Maybe I haven't been paying attention and I haven't been watching how far down I am and I get a big rush order. Of course, they deliver really fast. So, like, not even... Like, if I had to wait until the morning or the night, then maybe having those crates out there would be more of a thing. But because I don't really see, you know, too big of a downside. So let's get these in there. I can't really get those. Let's see if we can drop those down. All right, so that's a little bit more flat now. We'll put that back up here. Kind of have to position these things because they get in the way. There we go. So we do need some two-handed grips. Let's see, two-handed grips. There we go, two-handed guards right there. We're only going to go with 2. Again, not too expensive, but we don't need a whole bunch of them. Two-handed grips go by fast, but mainly because they are being put onto the hammers, and they don't need grips, or they don't need the guards. Okay, we'll put that in there. We'll do the same thing over here. Kind of wanted to show you this at least once so you guys knew how to make these. Now, you can make these the day of or even the hour of. Like, when the guy comes in, you want to put all these together. You can see how having a lot of these already made will save you just a little bit more time. And the faster you can get it out to them, the more money you're going to make. So, you know, why not do a little bit of prep work if you can fit them in there? And you can see there's the one-hander ones. These are my guards up here. These are actually all the guards that I have because I bought 10 of each of the 3 different kinds. It's all a total of 30, obviously. And that has lasted me for like 5-6 hours. Like, the guards, really, you don't use them all that often. The grips, every other day, at least, I'm replacing those. Usually the one-hander ones. Occasionally you get a run on the two-handers. And I still have this one out here that I need to use at some point. So, that looks like everything there. Let's go ahead and reset the day. Take one last look around. We do need to get some pole arms. So let's go back and we will get some grips. Make sure you scroll down. There you go. And order the fancy pole arms. We're going to go with a stack of 10. That's going to last me, and I'll just break it open right here outside. That's going to last me probably a good week in-game. So a good 7 days in-game before I have to replace that. Pole arms really are not that popular. They come in from time to time. But guys, we're going to go ahead and end the first episode here. I hope you like the series. I really like this game, so there's going to be at least a few more episodes to come. I don't know if it ever goes anywhere else, but because you can stay inside, you can go outside, there's just something very relaxing about making armor like this. And the more I think about it, of course, it could be expanded upon, and I have lots of ideas on how to do that. No idea how to actually do it in programming, but, you know, ideas about how I would like to see it expanded, just like everybody who plays video games, I'm sure, has. If you could build something like this inside of an MMO, so that the equipment maybe it should break in you, and you'd have to keep coming back and buying it, it would actually give rise to an economy-based system that players could own shops like this and sell their stuff, sell their wares. But you'd have to make it where it was like a full-time gig. Otherwise, people would do the adventuring and the armorsmith. And I like how I'm dedicated to just being an armorsmith. I feel like I'm in that role, that RPG aspect of it. And just like, yeah, this is like I'm in an adventure game. There's adventurers going by to and fro. And I'm helping them out by building them better and better armor, but like I don't get to go out and adventure with them because I'm a blacksmith. Maybe during the night, something I had an idea was go harvesting, go, you know, breaking down rocks and things of that sort at night, and then you know, you'd meet other miners that were there, other blacksmithers, and people would show up, maybe some mage or wizards doing an arcane spell, and they need special ore that that you get from the mines. You wouldn't ask a warrior to go mining if the cave was safe, but you would ask a miner because, who wants to go mining ore if you have no skill and no tools and no knowledge of like where to find it? So you'd ask a miner to do that, save yourself a little bit of money from buying it at the shop, or just come to the shop and pay full price. Either way, that would be your quest and not a warrior's quest, not a wizard's quest, but it would still be fun to do. But guys, I definitely want to thank you. I'm AC Gamer, and I will catch you next time. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future, so if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.